So what prompted me to do this whole vibrato thing? Well, over the holidays, Daryl and I went to visit our teacher. We studied with her for years, and we've known her, well, now we've known her for over 25 years. She's just really a dear friend of ours at this point. And we went to see her and we were talking shop, and somehow we got on the subject of vibrato, and she looks at me and she says, "Jenny, you know I hate vibrato." In 100% sincerity, I hate vibrato. Now, it's pretty ironic that one of the world's most sought after vocal pedagogues, teachers, technicians would make this statement that she hates vibrato. But because I've known her for so long, I completely understood what she was saying. And I thought, okay, I need to address this. And so that's why I am doing this little spiel about vibrato. Did she mean that no one should sing with vibrato? Of course not, because she teaches opera and classical music. And have you ever been to an opera and heard someone sing without vibrato? If you did, you'd think that was really strange and wrong and all messed up. So no, that is not what she meant. But what she did mean, I think, and I'm speaking for you, but she probably won't see this because she doesn't do much social media, but the point is, if you cannot sing straight tone healthily and well, then your vibrato is not what you may think it is. If you cannot sing a straight tone and also add vibrato into that, then you're not creating your vibrato in a constructive manner. The vibrato is not being facilitated in a healthy, effortless, easy way. It is something that is being concocted. And that is just bad. So that is one thing I want to address, is how to know if you're concocting your vibrato or if you're allowing it to happen naturally. If you think about it like a cake, so the straight tone, the beauty of a pure tone would be the sponge cake itself. It's like the cake. The vibrato is like the icing on the cake, right? But if you don't have a very good cake itself, then the icing is going to look, the cake's just going to look bad. It's just not going to be as pretty as it could otherwise be. It had a good foundational structure. So I'm going to go into all of this more. I think I'm going to do a part 1, maybe talking about the cake itself, the tone, the structure, the straight tone, kind of just good production. And then a part 2 about the icing, so about the vibrato. There's just so much that we can talk about on this topic, but it's a really important one to address. For today, though, I just wanted to kind of dip my toes in the water, and I wanted to acknowledge all of your comments. Thank you so much for commenting. They were great comments. I love the ones about vibrato being used as a form of expression. There were comments about the importance of breath support to be able to create a functional and healthy vibrato. There were comments about the level of singing and when vibrato should be expected. There were comments about how if you're able to sing with vibrato, it kind of opens your voice up to other aspects, to being able to do other things. The speed of vibrato, which is something that is important to talk about and needs to be addressed for some people. And then I had one friend who sent a comment about how vibrato is the yang of the voice. And I just loved that, because if vibrato is the yang, then straight tone would be the yin. And you have to have a yin and a yang, right? In everything. So the balance of both and how important that is. And I just loved that concept. So there's so much to talk about, so much to discuss, and I'm looking forward to doing that with you. But today I wanted to say thanks again for your comments, and yeah, here's to figuring all this vibrato stuff out together.